It's the Cory Cash podcast, and due to the fact that I haven't been doing any episodes, I got to jam-pack a lot of episodes. And thanks to Anchor, I could do more episodes with people that's not in person with me. And
woo.
With, I want to introduce my guest today. Well, you're not a guest. You've been on here before.
So I'm a what do you call it? Returning guest.
Returning co-host. I guess.
Yeah.
Family. You know the lovely Anaya. Anaya, talk to the people.
What's up, you guys? It's Anaya. I go by Anaya.
Anaya, and that's it.
Huh?
Oh, it was going in now. Go ahead.
Damn.
I got it. Don't worry. I'm taking out the time.
All right. So my name is Anaya. You guys can follow me on Instagram at TheAnayala8ter. I do have a YouTube channel where I do hair, makeup, beauty, fashion type of videos. I do have a podcast as well, which is Anaya Ivy. And that's where you guys can kind of keep tabs and follow with me.
And yeah, ladies, she do sage videos. I hope you sage before this one. Because it's gonna get real negative. Nah, I ain't negative. I ain't a negative nigga.
How you gonna say that? I hope you saged. Well, I sage every day, so we good.
All right. You just created a Twitter, so you didn't get to see the response of Nicki versus Joe. Did you tune into it at all?
Well, okay, so I did listen to Queen Radio. Now, This is how I feel about Queen Radio. Nicki need to get on time because that 3-hour shit, I can't sit through 3 hours listening to shit. So That's number one. I did hear what she said to Joe on her podcast.
Okay.
And I could speak on that. Now, I've heard bits and parts of Nicki on Joe's podcast, which is a little different. And I actually didn't want to see it. I wanted to watch it to kind of get the facial expressions and the body language. I was trying to read more into it. So I didn't get into it. But I did get into it on Queen Radio.
And what was your take? Because I felt like a lot of people was calling Joe corny, but I was calling Nicki corny. And it was just like, they both corny if you really want to be technical. But
I don't think it's corny. I think it's dope that they both have platforms to where they can say what they want. And then it's like, yeah, you be on my shit, I be on your shit. And it just causes conversation. You know what I'm saying? It got us talking about it. It got Twitter talking about it. It's on the blogs, So I think it's dope, though, because Joe is a person who likes to speak his mind. He doesn't have a filter. And he said what he said. And low-key, that's Nicki Minaj as well. So it's just very interesting to see both of them kind of confront each other about how they feel. And she called him out on a lot of shit. And he on her radio, she asked him a bunch of questions.
Yeah, I don't got Apple, so I can't get into it.
Oh, no, you got to check it out. But basically, she's like asking him questions along the lines where she's like, oh, well, you said things about me. You called me a liar on this, and that, and I proved you wrong, yet you still have yet to apologize. So he kind of wasn't really owning up to what she was trying to bring to the forefront. He's just acting like, whatever. So it was getting her tight. And then he brought up drugs, talking about she ain't never popped no pill. It just got ugly and it went left quick.
Yeah, I heard some of that clip, and then she didn't really answer. Well, she in them answered like, yeah, I never said I did drugs. Like, I don't.
Nah, but you know what it was? See, that's not like when blogs, when they take people's clips or they take the end and you miss it. What happened was she had asked him a question and he didn't answer, and then he asked her that question, and that's why she got upset. She was like, the fuck? You didn't answer my question. So he avoided her question by asking her a question about, was Cardi dissing Nicki? Was Nicki dissing Cardi on the record? And then, does she pop pill? It went left. Like, Joe really pulled an asshole card for that. Now, excuse me, Nicki felt like, all right, cool. You been on my shit? I ain't got no problem. We'll pull up and we'll talk to you on your shit. So I didn't catch all of it. I caught clips, and that's why I can't really say much because I got to hear the whole thing. But what was said on his podcast?
His podcast, he was addressing he was clearing the air like they don't have beef because like if Nicki Minaj go at somebody, then you got the Barbs. The Barbs that hop on Twitter
right
and wreck
is
your
the Barbs
shit.
is the Barbs really that bad?
I never been attacked by them, but I don't mind being
Like,
attacked by them. To be honest with
nah,
you.
you know what's so crazy? Like, I could like a celebrity, but I just don't attach myself to like a fan base. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, are they really like
I'm not
you
gonna be a
know?
grown ass man and call myself a button. Like I'm part of the button hive. Like y'all niggas is fucking widows. Like y'all grown.
Yeah, get out of
Y'all
here.
grown.
Get out of here.
Y'all grown
Get out of here.
joining
People, it's
beehives
just
and
people want to
barbs.
be, nah,
You
shut up.
56
People,
talking about you a barb. Like what are you talking about?
nah, but you know, there's just little cute nicknames people like to give their followers and fans. But
They do harass people because remember they harassed Shorty that worked for BET.
Who?
I don't know the girl name, but they harassed her to the point they found her profile picture. Remember Nicki Minaj was supposed to go to the BET Awards or perform at the BET Awards or something like that, or get an award at the BET Awards, and she didn't go, and then BET had tweeted something petty from their profile.
Yeah.
Then remember they tracked down the girl and found out who the girl was, posted a picture, and then I think Nicki Minaj had retweeted it, and the Bob just attacked her, found her address, and all that.
See, that's too extreme.
Yeah,
but you know what? I like that. I like that the Barbs go hard for Nicki because low-key, she been through a lot.
Right.
The way the industry kind of tossed her around like, oh, she nothing, or she hasn't, like, Nicki has done so much when it comes to just female rap and how she's evolved it and changed it. Now you can have girls come out and they can have on barely no clothes, got boots on, hair weird as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they doing that pop rock rap shit.
Right.
Like, Nicki paved the way for that. And people be trying to, like, just, like, take her. I don't know. People just be trying to discredit my bitch. So I feel like her fans don't be having that shit. And I like it. I'll be like, yup, attack.
So you never had
the
you never had the annihilators attack somebody?
Yeah. I don't. You know what's so crazy? I call my followers like Britty Gang.
Here you go. See, you got barbs. See, they just a different age.
They don't have no. Like low key, this is what I told my followers, but this was a long time ago. Because my thing is, everybody, if you like me, you like me. You don't, you don't. That's just what it is. I don't be want to name a group of my followers like y'all. It is. No, y'all part of Britty Gang. Britty Gang. First of all, I made Britty up. I was trying to say beautiful. But then I was trying to say pretty. So then I was like, fuck it, it's Britty. So I call them like my YouTube subscribers, Britty Gang. And I tell people like anybody could be a later. Like you could be Cory later.
No, I'm not. I'm not Cory later.
Cory later.
I'm not Cory later. I'm not Cory later.
Well, not anybody could be a later. Like I just Anaya later, Cory later, Jessica later, Mike later. I don't know.
Mike later is nasty.
Oh God! But you get what I'm saying.
Nah, I get what you're saying. You was getting back to the point. We got off to the point a little bit. What was Nicki Minaj doing on Joe Budden podcast? She was basically justifying, saying that she's tired of the talk basically, and she's been letting the stories that's been coming out as regarding the motorsports and etc. come out, and she hasn't spoke on it. So she was indirectly saying that she created Queen's Radio to address the rumors regarding her.
Which she did. Because she does when she does her radio like episodes.
Then her and Rory got into it, and it was like,
I know who's Rory? Is that the
white? It's two white guys, but the other white guy, he's not in the camera. It's Parks and Rory.
Why he's not in the camera?
He's more the engineer guy, but he's the fourth. They do it in his living room. Joe Budden podcast is in Parks' living room, which is the white guy that you probably see his legs and nothing else. Rory.
That annoying.
Yeah. Okay. He's an engineer, so he's more of the audio.
Okay, so what did he say? The nigga that's not in the camera.
Oh no, he did. It was Rory. Rory said, "Do you think?" They got into a little back and forth because they was like, Nicki Minaj was explaining her side, and Rory was like, "You don't think like defending yourself is still feeding into it?" And that's when she said, "Oh, when they create a narrative, I'm gonna create a narrative about you saying you stick broomsticks up your ass," and they went to start going back and forth and whatever the case may be. My main issue with the Nicki shit, it was the yelling.
I mean, she's a woman. I mean, not to say women scream, but it's difficult when you're a woman and you're talking to a man and then you're talking to 3 men at that, and then they're trying to
Four.
justify. Oh, four.
Yeah,
Excuse
4.
me.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah. So you got 4 men and yourself, and you're justifying how you feel in a male dominant industry,
Mm, mm.
and then you're pointing that, like, you're pointing points and incidents and things that happen just to clear it up, because that's what they like to do
Mm.
with women, especially in the female rap. They like to see, two women or whatever the case may be. So it's just like, I feel like Nicki had got tired and was over it. Do I think that is outdated? Yes.
Yeah, motorsport.
Like
That motorsport conversation is old as hell.
It is, and I feel like, why now do you want to talk about it? But
Mm.
whatever, it's hip hop. Talk about it.
Right.
Let's
Yeah.
just get it out the way. But I feel like she should have been had this type of dialogue with him
That's true.
or whoever. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But then again, some people may not be in a space to have certain conversations with people.
That's
Some
true.
people need to grow. Some people need to, live life a little bit more. Who knows? Maybe she had to go through her own trials and tribulations to feel like, okay, now I'm ready to talk on this because I've been quiet. It could be that too, which I think it is.
I mean, I'm glad like 2 adults sat down, even though they like 102 years old. They both around 40, but I'm glad they sat down and they did it on both platforms. I'm glad it was a crossover. I'm glad it was one episode where it was her, and then one platform was her, one platform was his, and I'm glad like they got their issues out. You know what I'm saying? Even though like the whole world was just bashing Joe, but they little do they know they've been cool for the longest before Nicki Minaj was like an actual star like Nicki Minaj. They probably was cool when she was signed to Waka Flocka Mom. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
I think they got history. I just
yeah,
think that, like I said, I think when it comes down to women being in the industry, men feel and can do and say what they want, and it's okay. But when a woman does it, she's X, Y, and Z. She's a bitch. She's a hoe. She's a slut. She's a liar.
sure.
And I think that Nicki just wanted to clear the air, because now, low key, it's gonna make other women who may be not even in the same industry, but just women in general, to speak up and say their truth. So it's just like, it's inspiring in a way. I mean, outside of her just arguing him, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, to see a woman like stand up for herself and say, I don't give a fuck how long ago this was. I'm gonna say my piece and I'm gonna keep it fucking pushing. Whoever don't like it, fuck y'all.
That's true. So what women do you got in your who you listen to? Who's in your rotation right now?
As far as like music goes,
Yeah, women. What women you got?
okay, so I got Ari Lennox for the R&B.
Okay.
Her whole album from start to finish is dope as fuck, and it's just like so much. Like, it was just so needed. Like, you listen to it, so refreshing. I can hear like a little bit of her sampling when it comes to like Tweet, Missy Elliott. Like, I can
Yeah,
hear
yeah, agree.
yeah. So I think her album is really, really dope. She's definitely in my music rotation. Let me see who else. Let me go to my little playlist. I got Chris Brown Indigo album. Album is lit.
Fire. That's a male, but I wanted to hear women.
What you mean?
I wanted to hear the women that you listen to. The women.
I listen to it. The album is lit. It's just, I'm tired of Chris Brown, these long ass albums.
No,
Like,
no,
nigga,
no,
why
no,
you
no.
got...
I'm saying the women like rappers and singers. The women.
Oh, you talking about women
Yeah,
rappers and
yeah.
singers?
Like
I
who's
think
in
you
your
talking about
rotation?
music in
No,
general.
no, no,
Okay, my
no. The
fault.
women that's in your rotation.
Not many.
You did put me on the damn. It's not. I think you might have put me on the Summer Walker. I've heard of her, but you told me to ask.
Summer Walker used to sing on Vine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember. I know Cardi B used to be on Vine. I know, what's this girl named Johnny Blaze was on Vine.
Summer Walker.
I heard
used to
Kalani
sing.
was on Vine.
Yeah, she was.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
She has sung Drake, "You Deserve Rounds Tonight," and then they took it and they was like, rounds. Remember
Oh
that
shit, I didn't know that was her that sung that shit.
Nah, but as far as female rap, I don't really listen to a lot of female rap right now. Who I kind of like, or I'm vibing to, Megan Thee Stallion.
Mm-hmm.
I love that she's natural. I love that she's just
Tall.
Tall, yeah, literally a stallion.
Yeah.
She's educated, like she's this unproblematic. Like, I don't get no weird mixy type of weird vibes from her. None of that.
Cause nobody want to fight. Nobody that's 5. No girls want to fight a girl that's 5'10".
Facts. So then, be friends with me, bitch.
That ass.
But, I do like Megan Thee Stallion. Her come up was dope and it was so crazy. I used to follow Megan on my original Twitter page, and I remember there was a video of her. She was doing like a Houston
I'm Cypher,
cipher.
yeah, facts.
That shit was fire, and I remember like, why them niggas in the back ain't bobbing to what she said? Because all them niggas was whack that was rapping. And I remember retweeting it, and then we ended up following each other. But she's really, really dope. So I've been listening to Megan. I like Rico Nasty. I'm kind of just getting into her.
I'm not a fan of Rico Nasty, but I like her wave.
I like her fashion. Like, I don't even think I'm drawn to her music like that.
Yeah.
I like how animated she is.
Yeah.
I like that she could switch up her flow and her voice in her songs. I like that she's very like visual in her music.
Right.
That's true. I guess if I hear her voice, I'm like, oh, I want to see a picture. I want to see a video. Like, I don't know. I like her. So I really like with Rico Nasty. I like her style, like everything. Her makeup be fire. Her hair be dope. She's just dope all around. And she's definitely in her own lane. Like nobody's fucking with her.
So
because she gives.
Have you ever tried No Name Gypsy or Tierra Whack?
No.
Yeah.
I don't really care for female rappers like that too much.
Why is that?
It's like because I feel like I don't know. I be wanting somebody really dope. Like people be all right, or
like a Missy. Like if we had a Missy today, like a Missy Elliott.
Nah, not even that. It's just like me. I like old school rap and hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
So you gotta listen to Rap City. I'm trying to tell y'all.
I'm trying to tell you my reason. Oh. But I'm just saying, as far as like, not saying all females rap about the same type of stuff, because men do it too, but it's just more so like every man kind of has his own type of different style. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, rappers kind of look and sound alike, but there's a few in the game that has their own stance. You know what I'm saying?
True. And so it's not that much. I get what you're saying.
So yeah, it's not a lot of female rappers, especially like you have a lot that's up and coming or that's still on the rise and we don't really know too much of buzz about. But it's just like if I'm gonna sit and listen to a female rapper, she has to talk more than the average shit of regular bitches talking about.
True.
Cause it's like shit. If that's the case, let me get lit and get her on the fucking beat.
That's why everybody be bashing Sweetie, because she ain't no. Yo, that song is whack. That fucking my type. That shit is doogie.
It was cute for like the first 2 seconds, and then it's like, all right, cut this shit off.
It's only fine because he sampled P.D. Pablo.
Nah, and I'm sick of that too. I'm sick of the sampling shit. Like, if you're gonna sample, let it be like a tiny. Like, you should sample to where I didn't even know you sampled.
Yeah, you know damn near got the same beat. It's damn near the same beat.
So it's just like, you know, I mean, it's another rapper that did the same thing. They took other songs, remixed it, and then it's like their career popped off that too. So it's just like, you know, I mean, that's just people are figuring out the formula to music, and I can't really knock the hustle. Because if you take a song that's already made and hit the charts and you redo it, for example, Cardi B has done that multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Her top charting songs on her album are songs that were remade. You know what I'm saying? They're not original songs. When you look at I Like It Like That, that's a legendary type of song.
Right.
So, of course, that's going to do numbers because the original one did numbers.
Right.
Bodak Yellow. We already know No Flocking.
Yeah.
That already did numbers. That put Kodak on the map.
Right.
So, it's just like you can't knock the hustle that people are figuring out, like, okay, I could redo some old shit. So Sweetie did a smart marketing move, but as far as music, bitch, I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, I'm hearing that's not streaming good too.
A lot of artists are doing that. I don't feel like Nicki did sample.
I don't like that fucking
Anaconda.
Yeah, Anaconda.
But
ain't Megatron sample? Ain't the Jamaican shit?
Which one?
Megatron. I don't like that song.
Oh, Megatron?
Yeah.
Shot, some drinking. You true.
I don't like that song. That ain't niggas don't.
That's for females.
Not even that. I'm not trying to be funny. That song don't get played like when I go to parties, clubs, strip clubs. They don't get played like that.
A lot of people don't get played in the clubs. They circle around the same 12
But Nicki
songs.
usually get played if she got some fire out. Like Chung Lee gets played.
Yeah, but it's a different type of vibe though too.
I gotta listen to it again because I don't like that song. for some reason.
You tripping.
And I hated that niggas that wasn't fucking with her last album. I'm like, y'all niggas asked for her to rap and she rapped and y'all don't like it. Like, y'all dumb. I don't like.
Everybody just want to talk shit. Nobody's ever satisfied. That's wrong.
That ass. Like, that shit is stupid, bro. Like, the internet's stupid. Yeah, I was in Staten Island this weekend and I asked my friend to.
Wait, you said Staten Island or Long Island?
Staten Island.
Staten Island. Staten Island. Why it cost so much? I think that shit is like damn near $30 to go across that fucking bridge.
Hell no, it's free. Driving, I don't know. Driving,
That's
driving.
What I'm talking about.
Yeah, driving the ferry free, but driving, yeah.
All right, my fault. I ain't gonna cut you.
Nah, you good. We went to the liquor store, and on our way to the liquor store, I visited the place that Eric Gardner was killed at. They have memorials and like signs in regards to his death.
Mm-hmm.
Then about, I want to say yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, one of these days I found out the cop that killed Eric Gardner was terminated. How do you feel about that?
That's it? That's all he got?
I mean, that's the same thing I'm saying. That's all he got. And it's crazy because first he was suspended, but the judge wanted him terminated. And it took this happened in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. We got about 4 years later, we only got a termination out of a cop. And I just feel like it was the same thing we talking about on your podcast when I was talking about black. I feel like they just do things for certain black people just so we can shut up. But that we're not satisfied with them just terminating him. Like, if he did enough time, he probably got. Yeah, we want him in jail because that's murder.
Yeah, you murdered somebody who was not. It didn't have nothing on them. Not.
He didn't resist arrest. He was He had a history of selling cigarettes. It still wasn't worth.
Who gives a fuck? Look, yeah, that sound like Nicki. Who gives a fuck? Cigarettes and.
Yeah, who gives you about to say? Make me say who gives a fuck?
Shit.
Yeah, It's just one of them cases where justice wasn't served, and I don't think a termination is gonna really seal the deal.
No, it ain't doing shit. That ain't nothing.
And look what it took for us to even get termination, or us to even have a verdict on what was going to happen to him. You can speak on it if you want. Like, how else you feel about the case?
No, I feel like that shit is whack. That, like you said, niggas waited mad long, and then that's what y'all giving him. No, right. His ass need to be. He can't work in no type of law enforcement job or anything that consumes a firearm or anything. You know what I'm saying? His ass need to be in jail. That's just point blank, period. Like, you need to be behind bars because you killed an innocent person.
Yep. I agree.
And what's fucked up with the justice system, that shit is really not set up to work in our favor at all. It don't matter if you got proof. It don't matter if you got facts. You can have receipts. You can have videos. It's like, it's just crazy. It's like, what else can we do? You know what I'm saying? What else? Like,
the saddest part is that due to our environments, you have I'm not approving or condoning selling drugs, but I'm saying you have people that get into situations where they have to sell drugs, and then selling drugs leads to a lot of us going to jail or being killed. But I was going to mainly speak on the jail part because it was piggybacking of what you said, and then the court system is not beneficial to us. So,
but even down to like the guys, even down to when we look at certain black men and boys who've gotten killed by police or just experienced police brutality, none of them had any type of warrants or drugs or weapons on them. These are just innocent black men and boys minding their business.
Yeah, Tamar Rice, Mike Brown. You have a lot of cases where
it's like, what the fuck? So it's just like, this is how I feel. Like, if you want to be a cop, know what you're signing up for, to protect. And you know, low-key, being a cop is almost like being a counselor, because if people call the cops for anything, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, you and your girl could be fighting or whatever, she called the cops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Somebody break into somebody's house, you call the cops. Like, it's a bunch of shit. So it's like, if you're not really mentally prepared for what comes with being a police officer, you don't need to be a part of that. I feel like the academy system, or however, because I know it's a whole process to become a cop, they need to do psychological tests on these people that they're giving firearms to. You don't know what these people's motives are. You have a lot of racist white cops, or just racist people in general, that become authority, and then they feel they could do what they want because they have a badge and a number and a name protecting them, and that shit is not right. Y'all go into our black neighborhoods or our brown neighborhoods, our poor neighborhoods. Y'all ride around like Tupac said. The police is the biggest gang in America. They get away with everything. And it's just like that shit is fucked up and it's not right.
And that's why it angers me when I see like, I want to speak to New York people, when I see New York people telling cops suck they dick and shit like that. Like you won't talk to a nigga with a gun, that a regular nigga that you beefing with a gun like that. Why would you talk to a nigga that could murder you and get away with it on camera? Like you telling
Nah,
this
that's
nigga,
a fact.
you talking
But
to him, you telling this
New
nigga suck
York
your
niggas
dick,
like to
and
be ignorant. You know, we
yeah,
like to be a little stupid.
but y'all
and
want us to
ignorant.
be on your side when they fuck you up, but you provoking them.
Yeah, I know.
We want to
but
back
still.
you when they don't have no evidence. Like
But
you already know that the system is not in our favor. So when they go to court and they see like, oh, they gonna be like, you was antagonizing him, and that's all they need, and he's gonna get away with it.
No, that's a fact though. It is. It's unfortunate, but it's just like, you know, it comes from an angry place. Like you
It
see
is
a
an
cop.
angry place. That's why I'm not. Yeah, I agree with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it comes from an angry place because it's just like fucking pig or whatever the fuck you want to say. Like, why you fucking with us? New Yorkers, you already know we're aggressive, so we speak our mind. We say what we want. Ain't nobody doing that shit nowhere else. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
That's true.
Ain't nobody doing that shit nowhere else.
That's
but
true.
It's just more so like, you know, it's just terrible. It just really is, because no other race deals with this type of shit, especially in America. When we look at America and how many black men get killed by police and get away with it, and we do not get justice, case after case, body after body, it's disgusting. It really is. I was talking to the great one, and we was talking about, she was like, I'm ready to get the fuck up out of here. I'm like, shit, me too.
Right.
Like, this shit ain't
So
for us.
what would be your place of relocation if you had to choose?
I would choose London. I would love to choose London. You know, I could practice my UK British accent a little bit more.
British.
You know what I'm saying?
So you would choose London, really?
Huh?
What's in London for you?
London would be a whole different vibe, a whole different experience. I mean, I don't know. I just would want to like explore it. I guess learn the history about it. I know it's more gloomy there. Like, I don't know. I think I would just want a whole different type of like switch up,
Right.
I guess.
Yo, you know what? I know the last podcast you was on, but we really like, it's crazy because I had questions that I wanted to ask you, but you know that we friends in real life, so it's just like we gonna go off the current events. But I do want to, like, for the listeners out and everybody, I do want to inform them like on who you are, how you started your business and stuff like that. Like, I would like you to talk about that stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Because
So I started, I guess, but you know what? A lot of people know me for different things. Like, I got my day one followers that know me from when I first graduated high school, and I was posting pictures. And this is when Tumblr became popular.
Right.
And this is when Tumblr was about pictures, like videos. Like, it was weird. This is like the era that birthed like people like India Love, a few other like, you know, popping girls that's like, you know, cute on Instagram or whatever. They had Tumblr back in the day.
Right.
So I remember, and you know what's so crazy? I actually never told nobody this. My boyfriend at the time, he had Tumblr, and I didn't. He was more hip to like that type of shit.
Right.
And I remember one time going on his Tumblr, and he had all these bitches on there, and I'm like, what are these bitches on his page? Like, I was so lost of what Tumblr was.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no, fuck that. So I made a Tumblr because I was jealous that he was posting girls. And I'm like, I'm his fucking girlfriend. I look fucking cute. So that made me start posting myself on the internet. Like, and then on Tumblr, you get a lot of notes. Basically, it's like Twitter where you get like a bunch of retweets.
Right.
And I remember like one picture went viral. And I felt like he was kind of like salty because I was like kind of popping on there.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy because that shit only happened because I saw him fucking having mad bitches on his page.
Right.
So
being nosy.
Yeah, being nosy. You know, us girlfriends, we gotta make sure our niggas is in check.
So you was born like that. So you was born crazy. That happened. You just
shut up. So that was the start, and then I had my Instagram. It was so crazy. I had Instagram when it was an edit app. Like, you could upload pictures and edit.
Yeah, I remember that.
I had it like the beginning stages.
When
like,
it was blue.
Yeah, like, you stupid when it was blue. Yeah. When it was blue. But then it like literally Instagram blew up out of nowhere because it was like you could edit pictures and then it's like add a friend. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. And then you start, and then the numbers start going up, and then you got mad fucking followers.
Right.
So my page ends up getting hacked 2012, 2013. I
Mm-hmm.
had like 20K followers. That's just from me posting my
I ain't
stuff,
gonna
taking
lie,
pictures.
20K back in the days was a
That's what I'm
lot.
saying. It's a lot, right? I had mad followers back then, and this is when I first was in the beginning stages of my business. Like I think I had my business for maybe
Well,
like
what
a
was the
year.
business? What was it like?
So I started off my website, which is Naya Vista, and it's so crazy because my aunt gave me that business name. I was
Right.
like, I want my name in it, but I don't want my name in it. So I was originally only selling accessories. I was
Right.
selling like shit I was wearing because people what made me want to start my business because I had followers on Instagram. I had 20K back in 2012 and 13, and people would ask me all the time, where you get this, where you get that, I like your earrings, where you get, like, it became so constant. I'm like, well shit, let me start selling this.
Right.
Why would I want to put money in somebody else's pocket when they could put it in mine?
True.
So I took my little Christmas money my father gave me, and I was like, I'm about to get me a domain and an LLC, and the remaining of the money is gonna be inventory, and that's exactly what I did.
Yo, is
And
getting
I
that
was
LLC like it's a long process?
no, it's really not.
All right.
We can talk about
All
yeah,
right.
we can
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but I did that, and then it was like just selling, like it was just moving. And I was just like, and mind you, for me to be 19, just graduated high school not too long ago, like broke, ain't got no money. I done worked retail my whole little, teenage getting to adult life. So for me to see a comma after 3 months of my shit, I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it just made me want to keep going and going. So how I got on Vine was somebody hacked my page. Some hating crusty bitch hacked my page,
How do you know she was
and
crusty? Like,
I know she was crusty. She had to be. Only crusty bitches do shit like that. She had to be a crusty bitch. Flawless fly bitches don't do crusty shit like that. She was crusty. So some crusty hoe hacked my page, and I had to basically like reinvent myself on another app. Now Vine was already out. I kind of hopped on the Vine wave kind of early on,
right.
and I was like, well, fuck it. I'm about to just talk my shit. Basically, be myself on this app. Like, I never had to do too much. Like, people just clicked with me. People like what I said. I said what the fuck I said. People like my sassy, raw realness. And
I remember
that
when I first seen
also.
your profile, I was like, who the fuck is this? Far Rockaway, Queens, the fuck out of here. It's like hating, hating.
Listen, nah, but you know what? Vine had taught me a lot at such a young age. Because when I was on Vine, I wasn't even 21 yet. I was like 20, like, having fun. I remember making videos complaining how I wasn't old enough to go to the club. Like,
Yeah.
that's how, young I was. And it's just like, I learned how to market myself on Vine.
Mm,
Vine, we only had 6 seconds.
mm.
So it's like I never made a video talking about my business on Vine. I would have a shirt that I was selling, and I would talk, like, I would just be in the video, and then my caption would be like, oh, shirt, dress, NayaVista.com. So I knew how to advertise myself. I knew how to market. I never went to school for it. It was just something that just came naturally. So, after Vine did his thing and we had our little run with it, I just decided to expand and go to YouTube. And YouTube was actually my followers' idea. I never wanted to do YouTube. My followers was like, I know you need to go
Same shit
on
for me in
YouTube.
the podcast. Like, same
Yeah, so
shit.
it's just, but
Cory,
it's
you should
dope
make a
though.
podcast. I'm like, what the fuck is a podcast? I don't want to talk all day. In the
But it's
working.
dope though.
Yeah.
Nah, but it's dope though because it's like some shit that you wouldn't even think to do. Somebody else saw it in you and they pushed you to do it, and you did it anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really dope. Like, I never thought about doing YouTube, but my followers wanted to see more of me, especially after Vine ended. So, just trying to stay relevant, make money, and, fucking stay relevant.
All
So,
right.
yeah.
So what was like I want to ask this. What was like a game changing moment for you? Like maybe like when like what was a game? What changed? Like when you was like, damn, I'm like my life ain't the same no more. Like What was it
When I
like?
had, I can tell you when I had a job and people was like coming up to my job
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Oh my God, Anaya, can we take a picture?" And you gotta understand, like during this time,
Mm-hmm.
social media influence, none of that shit existed. Like
Right.
I've been a social media influencer for over damn near 10 years without even knowing it. You know
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's just like low key. I knew shit was changing for me because I would go to work and every day somebody would come in and want to take a picture with me. And at the time, my manager used to be like, "Anaya, this is distracting customers. This is nowadays." Who doesn't want somebody popping in their fucking store? But
That's yeah.
then
Yeah.
that was an issue.
Yeah.
So I remember just feeling like, damn, I got a job. I'm fucking popular on social media. I don't know if I can handle this. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
got people knowing where the fuck I work and shit. Like I'm such a private person.
Yeah.
And I think that's just some New York shit too. Like you don't want everybody knowing all your fucking business. So it was just like people would be so excited to see me. And it's not that I wasn't grateful for it. I was like, oh, this is dope. But it was also like kind of scary because it's just like, damn, you walking up to me and I don't know who you are. You know who I am. So that kind of like rubbed me the wrong way because it was just like, well, what do I do now? You know what I'm saying?
So you just
And then
dropped all your shit, like, yo, I'm not coming back to work.
yeah, look at me. Yeah, it was just more so. But mind you, I still had my business, so it wasn't
Right.
like my business wasn't making money. It was just like I really enjoyed my job. Like I loved the whole going into a store. I love helping customers. I love helping women try different shit and clothes, and they need something to wear. I enjoyed that whole process. So I was kind of sad that me getting so popular on social media, I had to kind of quit my job. Like I wasn't those people complaining, like, no, my paycheck wasn't large,
Right.
but I enjoyed what I was doing at work. And then my store wasn't big. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It wasn't like a big ass store and we got racks and racks of clothes. Like them type of places I worked at and I fucking hated it. But my job that I worked at was more of a smaller size store. So it was very easy to manage and maintain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I liked it at fucking 19 and 20. But when you decide you want to yap your gums on the internet, shit comes with it.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
yeah, so I had to quit my job. And me quitting my job kind of just made me go harder with my business because it's like now you're not clocking in, sis. Now you really work for yourself. And at this time, I was in college trying to figure out what the fuck my future gonna be. Trying to figure out, am I making my parents happy or am I making me happy? My parents didn't understand shit about social media.
Then,
They didn't know
yup, same shit
nothing.
with me.
Yeah, so it's just like, I'm like, yeah, mom, going viral on World Star this week. Like, I don't give a fuck about that.
That eyes are on.
So,
I'm going to the living room like, yo, they want me to come to Florida, ma. You don't want to go to Florida. It's hot. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut up, you fucking party
so
hoover.
yeah, no, definitely. So, I think my parents kind of get the idea of it now,
Right.
fucking 6 years later. But it's just like I knew what the potential of social media and where it could take me in the beginning.
So, it was accessories first. How did you transition into like fashion? Like,
Okay, so yeah, so it
yeah,
went from like earrings and jewelry and shit because that was just easy for me to get access to. Then I got into the clothes because, like I said, a lot of people was following me because of what I wore. They liked the way I put shit together. They liked the way, I was just. They liked the way I was cooking shit up. So I had transitioned from accessories to clothes, but I was still. I just added on
right,
basically. So I had an online boutique in 2013 before having an online boutique became a thing. And I learned a lot. Like I matured with my business. I started so young, and I enjoyed it because it was just stuff that I actually liked and wore, and I picked it out. Like this is some shit I would wear. This is some shit I'm rocking. You know.
yeah. Then, because I know now you have hair.
Yeah. So okay. So side note. So I wanted to. I know, right? And I just mad shit.
That's good though. You stay
Um,
busy.
Not stay busy, and also too you gotta reinvent yourself. I think that people think, like, look at Rihanna, she constantly reinvents herself,
True.
you know what I'm saying? So it went from her doing music to her doing little movie things and voiceovers to her having a collab with Puma to her having her own designer luxury line, like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, I started off from accessory clothes, now I got hair. Like It's not me dibbling dabbling so much. It's just reinventing myself and evolving. So I got into the hair because I was dating this dude at the time, and I knew I wanted to get into hair for a while because I just love to do hair. Like I love to curl hair, wash hair, cut hair. I just love to
So
do
you could give
hair.
me
Like hair.
braids if I needed braids.
Yeah, I can give you braids if I pop these nails off. Like I could do anything without I can't do a lot of shit with acrylic nails. I can't put on lashes.
Yeah.
I can't take my fucking card out the NTM. Like I can't do shit. But I just enjoy doing hair. Like I always say, if all fails, I'm taking my ass to cosmetology school and I'm getting a license and I'm opening shop somewhere and I'm doing bitches hair. So for me, I always was into hair. I always liked hair. And then I was wearing fucking clipping extensions for mad long. And for me, it was just like, well, let me get into it. And at the time I was dealing with some dude, some random dude. And
Don't do him
I
like
was
that. Don't do him like that.
Nah, it was a random dude.
He ain't
So
random.
I was dealing entertaining a random dude at the time and yo, shout out to all the niggas that you bounce ideas off of because it helps you later in life, ladies. So I'm just bouncing off an idea with him and he was just like, yeah, you could do that. So I originally what I was gonna do was separate my business. I was gonna separate my hair from Naya Vista because it was closed. Then I was like, fuck that shit. I don't feel like going through the whole process of trying to redo everything, get a new this, new that, new this, new that.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna just put it on there. So just see how it goes. And we ended up falling out. And when I tell you that had to be the best thing that happened to me,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
nah, not
He.
him. I'm talking about the business.
Oh,
Like
oh, oh.
it, cause you know what it was? I thought that I couldn't handle it by myself. I'm like,
I was
I'm
just,
already
I was just about to ask you, how the fuck, like, so when people ordering, you do all this shit by yourself?
yeah.
Is it overwhelming? Are you?
Yes, it is very overwhelming because sometimes you could fuck up. Sometimes
Yeah.
you could mail somebody the wrong shit. Sometimes you thought you mailed somebody shit and you probably didn't fucking bring it to like it could be a bunch of shit.
So
Like you really gotta
when
be
you go to the post office, your car is full and you got the card.
yes.
That's crazy.
Yes, like it's like having a business is not easy. That's
No.
why I feel like people glamorize it online. Like people don't show people the nitty gritty behind it. Like, and it used to piss me off because I would have family and friends think that what I was doing was a hobby. I'm like, bro, this is the hardest I ever had to work. I never had to work this hard when I worked for somebody. Like when you work for yourself, that is a whole 24/7 job.
Right.
That is not a 9 to 5.
Right.
There is no breaks.
Right.
Like, I mean, there's breaks, of course, but you have to create those breaks. Like, you have to say, okay, enough is enough. I'm taking a day off for myself.
Now
You know what I'm
I
saying?
seen you literally go on Instagram and be like, yo, listen, I'm on vacation, yo. Y'all not
Because,
getting y'all orders
nah,
until next Thursday. I seen you do that before, but in a
yeah,
professional
because,
manner. But you know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
seen you do
no,
that before.
you very angry. No, but yeah, but it's really hard, though. And it's just like, people don't get it. People be so quick to bash your brand and what you doing. And what's sad is it's like, we don't try to support black owned businesses without being so critical about everything they do. You know what I'm saying? Like I started my business very young
Right.
and I had to learn through trial and error what was right and what works for me and what I can't do and what's not acceptable. So I mean, you're constantly always learning. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I'm always learning new things when it comes to marketing, branding. Like I'm trying to revamp my whole shipping situation right now because I'm about to enter the holiday season. Like I have to be 4 months ahead, low key 6 months ahead. Like I got to think about special dates, what I'm doing, like all kind of stuff. And it's a one woman show, so it ain't like I got a production team, a whole. And I would love to have a team, but you know what it is with me, and I don't want to play like the victim, but when you are somebody that people like personality wise, it's hard to hire people because people want to get cool with you, people want to kick it with you, and it's like I don't want you to look at me as this Anaya on Instagram. I want you to look at me as a business owner who's hiring you.
That's
You
true.
know what I'm saying? So it's a little difficult for me. I've tried to look for assistance in the past, and it wasn't like fail, but I have a trust issue thing. Like if I'm allowing you into my space and my business, the last thing I need for you to do is run off and try to do the same shit I'm doing. because you've been exposed to so much. And yeah, you could give people
Yeah, you
contracts and
get. I get
non-disclosures.
exactly what you're saying.
You know what
It's
I'm saying?
not.
I could
It
give you
come off
all that,
like.
but there's no guarantee. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But I mean, I can't always think like that. But for
Nah,
me,
because you
I
got to
would love.
pass on the jewels to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Somebody got
of
to get the jewels
course.
and take what Anaya did further than what Anaya did. You know what I'm saying? It got to be. You
Now, of
know what I'm
course,
saying?
but I can't. But what I'm
I get
saying
what
is,
you're saying though.
yeah, no, that ain't the issue. But I'm saying the issue is when you really need help or you need a team. Last thing I need to look over my shoulder. You doing your own thing now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to work for themselves. Everybody wants to have a business. Everybody want to know who my hair vendor is. Everybody want to know this. So it's like
Yeah.
everybody want to know.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to try to hire someone when everybody wants to do the same shit.
True.
Like, I would rather hire a friend of mine that I know who probably want to make some money, extra shit in their pocket, do what they want, live the best life they can. I be trying to offer that to people, but some people don't see the vision. So it's like I gotta eat at the top by myself.
So, are you going to create? Are you going to? Because you're going to go up in followers and you're going to get to 1 million, right? So, are you going to create like at least a application? Are you going? What is in the future for you? A store? What is in the future for you?
Like I said, a store.
I think you need a store. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really think
I
you
would
need a
love
store.
to have a store. I think I would love to have a store. I would love to hire family and friends that have the same type of goals and visions of me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my thing is I be wanting to put people in certain positions. Like, people got to know their strengths and their weaknesses. I know mine.
Right.
I can't do it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So for me, I mean, I don't know. I wanna do a lot. I want to do a lot. I can't say I don't want to limit to myself to anything, and I don't want to basically underestimate like my potential of what the future holds. I really don't know, but what I do know is I do want to write a book.
Right.
I definitely do want to travel, and I just want to make sure I leave an impact on people that follow me and look up to me and shit.
That's fire. This is
I'm
this
a
is
simple bitch.
this is a I think this is a good one because this is a deep dive. How do you handle? All right, but how do you handle being popular on IG? Does it fuck with you sometimes? Like I mean, when you come to New York, we do regular shit.
Regular shit, because I'm normal, Corey.
But
You know
what I'm
this.
trying to say is,
Mad normal. You know I'm not. You know what's
yeah,
so
like how
funny?
do you deal
People
with it?
have.
Like how do you deal? Like when like I'm gonna take me for example, right? I got less followers than you, but on Vine, when I started to get to 70,000, I started to have this uninvoluntary responsibility of giving people advice. I've had like I started promoting like I like dark skinned girls and stuff like that, and it was a time where I would get emails, DMs from dark skinned girls. Like I remember this one specific email. I mean, one specific email. It was a Kick actually, because Vine didn't have DMs, and a girl was looking for me for my advice because she was privileged, so she lived in a great neighborhood, but she went to school with white people, and the white people was calling her nigga and making her feel bad about her skin complexion, and I had to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the responsibility of being a leader is not easy because it's like, why did you feel? Not that I don't want to just come off like I'm bashing the person. Like, why does the person feel so comfortable with letting you know their personal life? Like, and then knowing that this is God's gift, you have to answer. Like, I'm the type of person that like I put my email up on my Cory Cash podcast, right, for the relationship advice. Once people start hitting me with relationship advice, I literally have to stop what I'm doing to help that person. That's just the type of person I am. So that's what I'm trying to say. That could be overwhelming because I'm not even in that point. Like I lost my old Instagram, so I'm going back up. So I'm trying to think of how would I. And I don't like. To be honest with you, I don't like. You asked me yesterday, fame or money, and I don't like I don't like the thing of famous because fame is you also like as a black male you also create yourself being a target.
Not fair.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even with Vaughn, me personally, I was dealing with niggas that wanted to be around me because they knew that the girls like me. They knew the type of girls that would come around me. So they was around me for that, and I couldn't trust them around that. Like how you saying?
Nah, facts though. But you know what's so crazy? Vine had taught me a lot. Like, it's so crazy because it's like we got the early taste of what fame could possibly be like. And people make it seem like they don't know what the fuck we talk about when we talk. Like, you know how people be famous because they're YouTubers?
Yeah.
We were popping because we were Viners. Like, we had Vine meetups. We had all that shit. So I kind of got the taste of it. Mind you, I'm still young, like 20, 21. Yeah. I'm experiencing all this exposure, all this attention.
And that shit is overwhelming. Like, yo, you know, I had to literally sit there and reinvent myself at 20 when I turned 25. When I turned 25, I changed everything I was doing because the way I was living on Vine, like, it was just too everywhere. Like, it wasn't who I am at the core. Like, I was just being wild. I was being disrespectful. I was having too much fun because I was having too much fun because now the girls like me. But when niggas come at me, I'm disrespecting them. Like, my immediate response is disrespect. The roasting, you'll get under niggas' skin. Niggas hit you on the side like I want to fight, or niggas be like, yo, that's something I tell you I want to take serious. Like, I thought about killing myself. That shit ain't like, it's just like I had to stop. And when I stopped, I'm not doing certain things no more. So that's why when a lot of people from Vine talk to me now, they be like, yo, you so mature. Like, I was like, I was 20, 22, 23, 24 on Vine. Like, I wasn't exposed. I've been funny. I've known people, but now it's like niggas is going to your page to look for shit to laugh at. Like, you know how many people was hitting me up like, yo, I thought about killing myself today, but I saw your videos. Like, that shit is overwhelming. Like, that position is overwhelming.
It's deep though, and it's like, but you know what it is too? You don't like the internet is the internet is the internet. Like, you don't know who is on there. You don't know who you listening, who's touched by you, who's moved by you. For me, it is overwhelming, but I also know my reality outside of social media. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I hate when people look at me a certain way and already think, oh, Anaya's like this, Anaya's like that. Anybody who's met me in real life and actually spent time and hung out with me will tell you I'm mad chill. Right. I'm not. You'll never see me stuck on my phone if we hanging out. That's not the type of person I am. Right. Like, if we hanging out, I'm engaged in conversation. I'm enjoying your company. You enjoying mine. Like, I'm a real ass person. Right. Outside of social media. Right. You know?
And you stop. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You do stop for everybody. Like, every woman that comes to you, oh, you a 9-4. Remember we was in BBQs and they brought the girl over. They're like, yo, she got you on YouTube and you talk. Yeah, like, I'm like that too. Love everywhere. But I'm like extra with it. Like, I'll be walking and nigga be like, yo, you Cory Cash, nigga, you funny. I gotta go to them and be like, yo, how your day going? Like, I don't know. It's just something I gotta do.
You mad extra, Cory.
But I do that because you don't know how a nigga day going for real. That's not questions being asked to black men.
No, for real though.
And black men already like, they're already prideful about showing a nigga love on the internet. Like, they might fuck with you and never show it. You know how many times? Like, but then it's like I do that for the niggas that stop me because them niggas is not being prideful. Like, they not. It's not a nigga that like you. I have niggas that see me and they write me on Instagram like, I saw you on third. I just didn't want to say nothing. Like,
that shit.
You feel me?
Like,
but that's support. Like, I can't. That's support. But I fuck with the niggas that stop me. Like, yo, you Cory, you a funny nigga, dog. And we sit there and have a conversation. I limited to 2 minutes. I ain't gonna lie, cause I'm not sitting there talking to you forever, because I could talk forever. And then I said, but it's just, I'm just saying, like, that's why I asked you. I don't know, because if we lived in LA, it'd probably be totally different.
Nah, LA, I probably would, but then again, it probably wouldn't. But it's just like, you know, it's just, you know, some people don't know how to escape. Like, even certain YouTubers, like, I've been watching certain videos pop up on my timeline, and you got some people that literally use YouTube as an outlet. And there's a lot of people that are lost, unhappy, and they have a large platform. Is because, low-key, nobody teaches you what to do once you go viral. Nobody teaches you what to do.
And that shit could cause anxiety, bro.
10,000 people watching you every fucking day. Nobody teaches you that. Yeah. You feel like you could say what you want, and then people attack your character, something that you said. Right. And you a regular fucking person. Right. I ain't living no glamorous fucking life. I just take nice pictures because, bitch, I like to look saucy. Right. You know? Right. So it's just like, people don't understand that. Like, influencers and people who got followers, I got feelings and I got shit I want to say just like you.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit more vocal than the next bitch, but that's just who I am. So it's just like I can't. And for years, I watered down who I was because I didn't want people to judge me.
Right.
And because I had a business.
We just spoke about that the other day when my man's hit me and was like, he was in the industry, like hip hop industry and stuff like that. He hit me up. He was like, yo, Cory, like, you not being you, like, you're not being how you are in person. And like I said, I watered myself down to be politically correct because I know if my podcast, I gotta start saying if when my podcast get big, I don't want niggas going to old episodes bringing up shit, and then I'm beefing with somebody that really ain't got. That's how I felt 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I be politically
But
correct.
that's what people do though. But that's what people do though.
That's
People
what
like
people
to
do.
pull up your
I
old
was thinking
tweets.
about those things, but I gotta be Cory. Like being Cory is what niggas is attracted to. I can't be politically correct. But I'm not gonna sit there and bash somebody. But I'm gonna say, yo, that shit whack. You feel me?
But that's why. But low key, that's why people fuck with Joe Budden. They respect his opinion. He say what he said, and if he got to backtrack, or even like the Nicki situation where he got to back his word up or some shit he said 2-3 years ago. Right. So it's just, to me, it's just different because now you have technology and social media that can go back years ago to something that you fucking said.
Right.
And what I don't like what people do, because I've had people do that to me. Don't hold me accountable for something I said damn near 7 years ago. Bitch, you know how childish I was? The fuck? I was a child 7 years ago. The fuck? So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't, I hate when people try to bring up old shit or past shit and then try to use it against you. Like, bitch, I'm not even who I was 2 days ago. Fuck out of here.
True.
So you can miss me with all that. So that's just how I feel.
So have you ever suffered from any type of anxiety or something like that? Like,
I didn't suffer from anxiety, but I also just kind of just kept to myself. Like there's times where I really don't even want to leave my house because I feel like everywhere I was going, somebody noticed me or people stare at me. Like it's weird. Like people don't understand. Like I'm a New York female, so it's like when somebody stare at you, you want some problems.
Yeah.
like the fuck is you staring at?
Right.
So my friend be like, it's because you're beautiful, Anaya. But it's just like, there's beautiful people all around us. Why are you staring at me? And you making me uncomfortable.
Right.
And then it became a point where, like, you don't know, I don't be knowing. Like, listen, people will jump you because you got some fly kicks on, or somebody want to jump you and slash your face because you're pretty.
That's why I was telling niggas about how it was in 06 in New York. Like, niggas was getting robbed for their coats.
That's in general. I mean, but that's in general, though. Like, that's just in our nature to be cautious and be on our P's and Q's naturally. So it's like, some people don't understand that. They be like, oh, why you da-da-da. It's because I come from an area where that's what people do to you.
True.
Somebody, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for me, I had to learn how to just be cautious and remind myself that I got fucking followers. People may fucking know me. And that's that. But I'm usually by myself, so I just be feeling uncomfortable when it's like a group of bitches and they whispering and pointing, and I'm like, what the fuck is up? I've had shit like that happen. And it wasn't no problem. They just wanted a picture, but from my perspective, I could think you trying to fuck with me.
True. I walked through a block in the Bronx, and it was like 8 niggas out there like, yo, you not even that funny. Like, yo, like, nah, and it's crazy because niggas could be playing with me or niggas could be dead ass. I don't know how to take it. Like, I just kept walking. I'm like, yo, if I turn around, I'm going to have to fight. And I don't mind fighting. It's not the issue, but I don't know if niggas is serious or not. And if I approach niggas, it might turn a different way. You feel me?
No, that's your fact.
Yeah, so it's like...
It's different. Yeah. It's just like nobody prepares you for it. And it's like, you could be walking and somebody be like, Anaya, I don't know them.
So a girl can act like she love you, come give you a hug and try to pop on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just so many instances that random shit can happen.
It is. And you know what else, too? It's not like we that fucking popping to where we need security. We regular motherfuckers. So you don't think, but it's like, I had an incident where a girl, like, I don't know what it was last year. When people would see me, they wanted to touch my hair, like put their hand on top of my head. And I used to be like, what the fuck is that about?
Right.
Like, you can't even hug somebody because somebody want to fucking touch you and touch your hand, shit.
Yeah.
I had one girl squeeze on my arm. I've had a lot of weird shit that's happened to me, and I'm
Squeeze your
very big
arm.
on.
Why the fuck is you
Listen,
weirdo?
nah, I've had a lot of different experiences where it's just like you got to protect your energy and aura, and it's like I don't know who this person is hugging and touching on me. So nowadays, I be trying to chill on all that, like you know.
Would you ever do a meet and greet?
I would do a meet and greet, but I like to make money, so it gotta make sense.
So why? Well, we're gonna talk about that off the podcast.
Nah, but I would do a meet and greet. But like I said, my first pop-up shop that I did back in 2017, which been a minute, so I need to, I need to do some new things.
Right.
I had to like a pop-up shop meet and greet. I like stuff like that. I like I'm all about my brand. So
That would be a fire meet and greet though. Like
yeah.
even if like some brand stuff and like I don't know how it go sell. I don't know, but I think that would be a fire ass meet. I think a meet and greet will actually work for
Nah, a
you,
meet
and they
and
got to
greet would
pay
be
to meet
dope.
you. Like people will pay to meet people. I think it's stupid, but people support. People support. Like I guess it's not stupid. Like I wouldn't pay to meet somebody. It got to be Michael Jackson to be honest with you. He's dead. So.
Oh God, nah. But if it's
Yeah.
something like if I get to meet you and I can have at least a little 5-minute conversation, anybody who's met me and we've had time to talk, I give all of my followers advice. They could
Yeah.
tell me, "Oh, Naya, I want to do this," and I'll be like, "Look, you need to blah blah blah." Like people sometimes just need a word of encouragement. So I think meet and greets is dope. If I got to meet somebody and I had to pay maybe $20 to meet somebody, I'm paying that $20. I want to see this bitch.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I know there's a lot of girls that's into fashion, that's into style, hair, and makeup. If you into me, you Like if I had somebody that I like that, hell yeah, I'm paying to see that. I'm pulling up, sis. So it's just
Y'all pull
like
up for like Nipsey. If Nipsey was allowed out to pull up to him, maybe he had a meet and greet because he give game out. You know what I'm saying? Like I need
yeah.
somebody that
Plus
give game.
you wanna meet people like
Cole, somebody like that. Like I
yeah. If
need
Cole
game.
had a meet and greet, yeah, nigga, you going.
Yeah, I need game. I
But
like
yeah, that's what I'm
game.
saying.
Yeah.
Right. But it's just like, but we live in a day and age where it's better to meet somebody in person. Like you could pick up my vibe and my energy way better than scrolling on my page looking at pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like I think it's dope. But for me, I'm working on a few things. I'm gonna have to tell you this off air, but I'm working on a few things.
Right.
So
That's a great conversation, to be honest with you, because I think that conversation needs to be had because people don't know the people see people that's popping on Instagram, but like a lot of this in this era mainly, like a lot of people have anxiety and depression issues, and they want to be famous and they don't know how to deal with it, and that's why you have situations where people are committing suicide or going to therapy because it's overwhelming. Like it's overwhelming, and I'm a different person. I don't have to do those things to deal with that, but it's people like that, and everybody wants to be viral. Everybody's chasing this clout thing, but y'all
but you know what it is?
y'all can't handle the pressure, the support and the backlash that
It's a lot.
yeah,
it's a lot that comes
like
with it. It's a lot that comes with it, and it's like so many people want it, but it's like you don't even know what the fuck you want out of this. Like,
right.
why do you want it?
What is your
You
end
want
goal?
it
You just want to be famous because you want to be loved,
yeah,
and
but
it's
that
a
type
number
of
thing
love,
with you. But then it's like, can you really deal with it when you can't go to the store as a regular person? You can't go to the mall as a regular person. You can't do certain things as a regular person.
low key, I had to Uber Eat one time.
Yeah.
And the girl knew me, and she was like, "Oh my God, could we take a picture?" When I tell you, I'm like, "Girl, we was right in front of my door in my apartment. Like the fuck." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Joe
like,
Budden said he be telling them leave about the door.
Nah, but it's just like I don't know. It's like I feel like some people don't have like common courtesy for people's
That's
space,
another thing.
or
That's
it's just
another
like
thing.
a
That's
lot of
another
people
thing.
just don't respect people's space. So it's just like this not the time, sis. Like it's bad enough you know where the fuck I live. Damn.
I remember I lost my keys one day, and the nigga pulled up on me on the bike. He trying to have a full conversation. I'm like, yo, bro, I lost my keys, bro. And it's like he didn't accept it. Well, I ain't want to come off as a fucked up bad energy nigga, but it was a bad day. I lost my keys. Like, you trying to have a whole conversation with me. I'm like, yo, bro, I lost my keys, my God. Like, I can't really talk about being funny and being a funny nigga right now. Like, some serious shit. Like, But like you said, it's a common courtesy thing. People invading private space.
Yeah, because they feel like, well, I can access you on the internet whenever. So if I see you, I should be able to do the same. And it's just like, you know, you sometimes you got to pick and choose, and it's hard. Like and like I said, ain't nobody famous over here. So I could only imagine what famous people go through. Cause child,
Yeah, exactly. We
too
ain't
chilly.
we only getting 1/4 of it. We ain't getting the real when niggas is to paparazzi at the crib and shit
Yeah,
like
I had
that.
to listen. I had to shoot somebody. I wish the fuck. Listen, listen. It's on record, anyways. Listen, if people was outside my house taking pictures, niggas is getting killed. Period. I'm telling you, I would kill somebody. I see why Kanye was flipping the fuck out. Like, yo, I think there was one video. He's like, bro, it's 4 a.m. like imagine, you know how creepy that has to be? Like, do you know how unsafe somebody can feel? Knowing that there's people outside of your house trying to take photos of you? What?
That's nasty.
Hell yeah,
That's
that's
nasty.
fucking creepy. Do you know that you feel so vulnerable and naked? Like, I could imagine where I rest my head at night and somebody's fucking trying to sneak take pictures and record. I will kill somebody.
And they got the flash on with the
Yeah,
fucking
like I
exes.
would kill somebody.
Like
I
it's
could
not
like I would flip the fuck out and kill somebody. That's why I never been the type of person to judge people and be like, oh, they got money, why they trip? Because with money comes evil shit.
right.
Period.
Right. That's true.
Money is the root of all evil. The more money you get, the more new devils you got to deal with.
And you gotta learn the new devils because there's always something new that's evil
Hell
to
yeah.
do. Like it's always
Yeah.
new
Like
new
you could
negative energy.
easily fuck up your own bag. You could easily, you know, like it's a bunch of shit that goes into it. So it's just like that should be tricky though.
Dead ass. But I'm glad we actually had this conversation. Like this is important. I feel like a lot of people don't speak about it on a podcast. I didn't really want to stretch the podcast out too long. I give them an hour and a half. I guess I think this is more like an hour and some change. Let them know where they can find you at.
Yeah, so my YouTube is Anaya IV. My podcast is Anaya IV. I talk about body positivity. I talk about divine timing. I talk about astrology. Well, I haven't really tapped into astrology yet, but I'm basically like I give kind of motivational type of rants on my podcast. I do girl talk. I got some new episodes with Cory on it.
I'm
Picking
on
his
that
brain.
thing. I'm on that
Picking
thing.
picking that nigga brain or whatever. But yeah, that's where you guys can follow me. My YouTube, I mean, I already said that. My Instagram is TheAnayala8ter. That's spelled TheAnayala8ter, the Annihilator. That's where you guys could kind of like get your little outfit inspo and shit. But yeah, that's where they can find me at.
You know, great podcast. We did a crossover. We got 2 podcasts done. Thanks to Anchor that we could talk on the phone and do a podcast. But you know, we're gonna get together probably in September, do another one and put it on video so we can put it out to the tube.
Yes.
Another crossover. And it's great talking to you, great conversation because this was needed for the people that, even for me, I gained a lot from it for knowing that like I got to stop procrastinating and stop overthinking doing certain things because I've been wanting to start a clothing line. I got the fucking logo made and I got to work on the LLC and shit like that. I have to stop procrastinating. So it's actually motivation to me or stop bullshitting.
No, definitely.
And just like little tactics and little things on how you started, even though you started younger than me, and seeing that like it's never too late to even me almost being 30, I can start it now, and it could be something tomorrow. But it was just This is like a great motivational podcast for the listeners, and I owe them a lot more. But we get into it. Cory Cash podcast, and we out. 1.